Okay, I'm making a video today that is, well, very different to anything that I've ever recorded before. I don't know if it's going to land well. I don't know if you're going to relate to it. Hopefully you do in some way, but this is also just good therapy for me, to be honest, to talk in this way about my creative journey. I want to open up some more this year and share some of the darkness, the pain, the anger, the misery of the creative journey, because it isn't all light. It isn't all me posting pictures of myself at exhibitions, having a great time, and sharing successes in terms of publications and all of the stuff that I like to share, to show people how good I am at what I do, and whatever else, whatever reason I do it for, I don't know. But why don't I talk about some of the other things? Why don't I share some of the struggles? Why don't I talk about some of the darkness, some of the anger that I feel, some of the misery that I feel, and some of the loneliness that I feel along this path? Anybody who knows about the law of polarity will understand that every high has a low, every left has a right. There is equal light to darkness. So yeah, today I'm going to express some things that I'm feeling after, well, a tough week and also a tough few weeks. I mean, January's miserable at times. It's dark, it's cold, it's quiet. Business has been quiet at my end, and I haven't had many jobs on, and I haven't made much money. And it's really sent me into this place of thought about the choices that I've made over the past few years to pursue this dream, this vision that I've formed inside of myself, that really has taken over me and taken control of me. And sometimes I catch myself in these moments and I think, what have you done? What have you traded your comfortable, corporate life in for? And in moments like I've had this week, well, I've wanted to go back. I've wanted to go back to comfort. I've wanted to go back to having a company car that runs smoothly and has some of the fuel paid for. And I wanted to go back to a consistent monthly paycheck, because, well, I haven't had many paychecks this month, and it's been painful, and it's brought up so much inside of me. It's brought up anger at rejection. People who've rejected me. I mean, it all points to rejection within the self, but I've been looking outwardly at people, companies that have rejected me over the past few years, and in particular in recent times, and I've really been feeling this anger towards them. How dare you reject me? Do you know what you're missing out on? Do you know that you have somebody here that is full of drive and dedication and determination to make something of himself, yet you've rejected me and chosen somebody else? And I've been feeling anger towards people who've made promises and not kept them to me over the past few months, few years, and really it's brought up all of this pain inside of me. And I've sat in my car at times feeling overwhelmed with emotion, overwhelmed with anger and numbness in many ways as well. I haven't been able to access these emotions that are trapped inside of me, and that's what causes me the most pain, because I've had periods through this creative journey where I've healed so much. It's been cathartic to have been out roaming the landscape with my camera and my pen and telling my story and creating, and then driving home and releasing emotions, releasing my tears of pent up anger and rage and sadness and all of these things. And this week I haven't been able to access them, and it's really caused me a lot of just I don't know what the word is, but it's caused me a lot of whatever it is anyway. And I'm hoping that by talking in this way and actually expressing some truthful emotions, rather than always smiling, hey, here's me doing this and doing that. I don't want to do that all the time. I don't want to smile. I don't want to pretend that this journey is all sunshine and rainbows, because let me tell you, it is not all sunshine and rainbows. Oh, there are days when I felt like giving it all up and packing it in, like I've had this week, where I've wanted to go back to comfort and I've wanted to go back to getting paid a salary and, you know, feeling numb. I haven't wanted to feel whatever I've been feeling this week. I've just been wanting to go on through life unconsciously and not having to answer these questions that I've got about myself, about the world, about this existence, questions that I try to answer through my creativity, through my expression. Well, yes, there we have it. There are times when I've wanted to quit on this journey, and there are times, if you're a creative person yourself, I'm sure that you've felt the same way. And if you're thinking about this creative path, well, then maybe this video is for you. Maybe you need somebody telling the truth, their truth of what it's like to walk along this path of creativity. I heard a while back from a mentor that I had a few years ago that to be successful in any field, in business, although I'm a little bit reluctant to call my art my business, although I do have a business, of course, but it's more of a passion than a business. But to succeed in anything, then you need grit, and bags of grit. You need to grit your teeth and bear weeks, days, months even at times like this, when the path is unclear and you ask yourself these important questions like, why did I begin this in the first place? Why don't I go back to the comfort zone and earn my bread like everybody else? Well, it takes grit to push through those mental blocks, the feelings of resistance calling you back to the comfort zone, because there's an ego inside that would long to go and sit in its comfort zone and have things done for it and just lays around. But really there's a soul's purpose inside, and I certainly feel that soul's purpose in me that is pulling me forward and calling me towards truth, towards creativity, towards destiny, towards the freedom of expression and creativity. But in order to live from that place of soul, then it's going to take for us to break down those layers of the ego, to strip them away when they call us back, when the resistance calls us back to the comfort zone. Well, we need to grit our teeth and we need to fight it and we need to carry on and push through. It's also important to stay focused on the vision along this creative path, and I've had to remind myself of that this week as I've sat and felt these depths of emotions at times and felt the numbness of not being able to access whatever it is that's trying to surface inside of me. Well, I've had to remind myself of my vision and my dream, to share my wisdom, to share what I learn along the way, and to hopefully empower people on the other end and inspire you as a viewer on the other end. Maybe you're pursuing your own path and you need a little dose of inspiration right now. Maybe you just need somebody to relate to. Well, I hope that that person can be me, because that is what my vision's all about. As much as I love taking photographs of trees and lakes and sharing, you know, writings about my experiences, I do all of this to be related to be understood by somebody. So hopefully that person is you, and hopefully me sharing some more of my truth and some more of the difficulties that I'm experiencing along my way, well, hopefully that will maybe help you to feel less alone on your own artistic journey, your own creative journey, spiritual journey, whatever it is that you want to call it. This is a journey for me towards wholeness, towards integration of all of myself. And that means accepting these periods, these days, these weeks, these months even. It means accepting them and embracing them as one half of the whole. And embracing that there is darkness, there is shadow that exists inside of all of us. And really this journey, this path, this creative path is one that is leading me towards facing more of that darkness so that I can experience more of the light along the way.